Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, I am Senate Steve, and today we've got a lot going on. It's going to be kind of a jump around video, but sort of the main thing that we are going to focus on is the ramp truck here. It is looking freaking killer right now. I'm going to go ahead and roll the footage from the other day. The windows actually came out fantastic. I'll roll the footage from that real quick. All right, I'm not sure how well you guys can actually see this here, but we got my buddy up here getting some tint done, and look how far that faded. So that's the original tint, and then it literally is clear now. That is just insane to think that it tinted that way and or faded that way. Yeah, watch. I'll have him pull this off and we'll see if it's the same way down here on the bottom. He's not as good as his dad, but he's learning. Yeah, look, you can see that's what the tint used to be on the bottom. That is insane. I'm gonna get out of these guys' hair and then I'll show you guys the final product. That is just crazy. I didn't even know there was old tint on this. I just thought it was literally just... Wow. All right, let's let these guys do their thing.
Still got it in one piece.
Yeah. Oh my Lanta, this thing is looking freaking fresh now. Obviously, we had Pat and Austin come up and tint the windows. They did a killer job. I didn't want to go too dark on it, guys. I did want to still be able to see in it. As you can tell, you can definitely still see in the truck, but they did an absolute amazing job. The truck is looking absolutely killer. You can see we're starting to add our orange touches, and after reading the comment section, I do believe we are going to go kind of light on the oranges, so you're going to have to stay tuned, guys. We're going to add our orange flair to it, but I'm going to take some of you guys' advice, and I'm not going to do all the orange that I'd like to do. You guys all know that I want to do orange, and I want to really orange this thing out, but I'm going to try to build this thing as, you know, tasteful as possible. So without further ado, let's roll the footage from today. And again, huge thanks to Pat and Austin. You guys need any tint done, they're from Delaware area, but they travel, I believe. So definitely reach out to them. Their Instagram and everything's on the screen that you see there, and let's get back and start the day. if we can't flex out the Duramax here. So this is a straight axle swap Duramax of Bus Gone Wild, as you will see on the screen here. Why it's going to that side? Come to this side. Are you going?
I was going to do this time, so I can watch it. I was going up. Alright, I gotta do that. What side?
You were up, like you were almost here. Really? Yeah, you were like here. Pulling in here with the old Kabarinsky, and I'm kind of excited to see what it's gonna bring. Now, obviously we know I got a heck of a deal in the hookup on it, but to get a couple dollars back, that's kind of cool. So let's go in the scales, get it weighed, get it lifted off, and see what we made today. So truck trailer combo, I'm gonna say 10,400 pounds. Oh, I was way off. 8760. Oh, I'm not even on the scale yet. Now we're fully on the scale.
10,000.
There we go. So I was pretty darn close. I've driven these things a couple times.
How much did you say?
I think I said 10,400 or 10,200. That's pretty darn on there. I've driven the Avalanche enough to know how much weight's behind it nowadays. So, all right, let's see what this is worth. So reach out there and towards a little bit. Don't go too far out. Don't go
This?
back a little. Back a little. Yep.
Okay, pull forward. Back up on the scale.
Yep.
What did you say?
That's good, sir. Backing onto the scale here. And what do you guys think we are now? I'm gonna say 8,700 pounds. We are still not the whole way back. And we're on 95. Ooh. So the trailer's a lot heavier than I thought, because the truck actually only weighs like 58, I think it is. So that's a heavy trailer. Alrighty, it was, as you see there, 950 pounds basically, and not a very good payout, but it is what it is. We got rid of some scrap, and it takes $40 off of our total, which I'm happy about. So let me go get my cash. So they absolutely knocked it out of the park. Huge shout out, huge thank you to them for, you know, obviously making this thing look absolutely killer. Now this thing on the outside is almost finished up. Another thing that I had to do since the video is I had to go ahead and cut for the fuel door. Now I do intend to move this filler neck back and out a little bit, as I found that the hose was kinked, so that might be why I wasn't able to fill this tank up all the way. I think the hose was actually pinched, so I am going to move this over and out a little bit, so that should go ahead and take care of the hose area for the filler for the fuel. Once I get this thing moved over, we'll be able to add fuel in here. This side won't dump the fuel on the ground. Don't know if you guys remember that at all from the previous video, but everything is looking absolutely killer with this thing. The other thing, we went ahead and painted the winglet. I did do orange for the brace, but the top up here, obviously, as you can tell, we did stay just black with it. I did fully decide, guys, and I am taking you guys' advice, I am not going to completely orange out this truck. So the whole deck up here, I was going to do orange and everything. I think it's best that we just do completely black, and then when I build a custom box, that's right, I will admit it now, at first I was going to do the boxes and everything down here like the factory, but I like this clean look of it coming out, and I'll touch base on this in a second. But I like the clean look down the side, especially once we get this thing on air ride and we just lay this thing down. It's going to look absolutely killer. So announcement right now, I'm going to actually make a custom box up here. So the winch plate, we're going to take the winch and move it back against the wall here. I'm going to put this, it'll be inside of a box. It'll come probably to about here, and then, you know, to the tire over there, it'll be about this high, about 4 inches over this. And then on this side of this, I'll be able to store the straps and everything. We'll keep the winch and all the controls and everything on that side of the box. You won't actually see the winch. The only thing you'll see is the winch plate on the back side of this, and it'll just kind of clean this thing up, make it look 10 times better. So I'm excited about that. I can't wait to actually get diving into that. I still got to get the steel and everything for that. I'm not in a big rush to do that. Basically, like, the kids and I, we drove this thing all weekend and just absolutely enjoyed it. I freaking love this thing, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I drove it to the car show. We drove it out to get food and everything. And short of our little wing flap situation back there, it runs and drives absolutely perfect. I mean, we jumped in it, we parked it for a couple hours, got back in it, got food, jumped back in it, and fired right up. No issues. Excuse me. No issues or anything like that. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. The other thing we got to do is tail lights. I don't have tail lights hooked up right, so when I hit the brake, they actually go off instead of on, and they stay on. So not a big deal. I'll get that sorted out and all that figured out, but this thing looks freaking killer. Now to touch base on this here real quick, obviously I'm going to do the wheel well situation a little bit different, that way if I do get a flat or something like that. So the brackets that I have made right now aren't actually supportive to this, because behind the wheel here, it is open. Originally, I was planning to cut it out. I don't think I'm going to do that now, but originally I was going to cut it out, so I didn't do any bracing or anything. So going down the highway, I didn't have these, you know, together or anything. So once you get to any kind of highway speed, this sort of just picked up and peeled out. So we'll get that addressed. Not a big deal. Sort of my fault. I just really kind of rushed getting it back together and driving it this weekend, but I'm freaking ecstatic that it is done. So the Porsche is gone. That's out of here. The old cab and my buddy JPM Tech's trailer, that's out of here, and we finally have some room again. As you can see, we got the F350, which should be an upcoming video. Mike's truck, the Blazer here, we got an upcoming video on that, and everything else we're just making our headway to get cleaned up. So this is just a quick job. It's actually got some noise in the rear. I just got to figure out the noise. You won't ever see that in a video, but just some things that I do for some people that, you know, you guys don't ever see. But there you guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys love the content of the ramp truck. I'm sorry I've kind of been like ramp truck overloading, and all right, I'm not really sure exactly where that ended right there, but again, we're gonna get the Blazer done here. This thing should be ready in the next 2 or 3 days here, Mike. Sorry I've had it for so long. Bunch going on, but I'm freaking excited to get the Blazer out of here and really free up my driveway here. So then we'll get back on the F350, and I think the next project up on the chopping block, we still got to finish. I got to get the alignment and everything done on the Tahoe. I want to get that painted and everything. That's going to be a little bit. I don't really have the funds to fine tooth that one yet, so stay tuned for that one. The Avalanche, again, as you can tell, I towed this vehicle home with it. I've towed the Porsche everywhere. The Avalanche is just a great truck. Glad that I have it. I love the thing. If I sell it, I sell it. If I don't, it's just here to stay. But after we get the alignment and everything done to the Tahoe up there, that thing should be ready to be into the streets. I did find some tires for the Avalanche that we're going to pick up tomorrow. So I'm going to take the 37s off of this. This will go down to 35, so then it won't actually rub the bumpers or the fenders or anything. And that should honestly be the perfect daily driver. By then, I might actually want to clean that thing up and actually sell that thing, because it won't have any issues. I just kind of don't like the rubbing noise that it has, but it is what it is. So we're going to wrap the video up there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please stay tuned. We got a bunch more content coming out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.